Okay, welcome to reality series. It's purpose points. Today we're looking at the telos of mankind. The word telos means purpose. Now, what's the purpose of mankind? Why did God decide to create man? Now, God didn't create man because the angels had failed him. Neither was he feeling lonely when he created the earth. Listen very well. The angels shouted for joy when he founded the foundations of the earth. This is a sign that they were involved in the creation of the earth. Now, the big question is, if God didn't create man because he was lonely, if he didn't create man because he needed someone to talk to or someone to play with, like we've heard people say, then why did he create man? Why was man a creature God was in need of? Now let's find out something. So why did God create man? Oh, this is like a 2-minute course you must pass. Very important, you know. Now look at this. You see, in this episode I'll be showing us, in this series, we're looking at three reasons why God created mankind. You see, many of us don't understand why God created mankind. That's why we are malfunctioning. Look at the first reason why God created man in this series, in this episode. Then in other subsequent episodes, we'll look at the many too. And let's take a look at Genesis 1 verse 26. The Bible says, and God said, let us make man in our image. Image should be underlined. And after our likeness, let them have dominion over the fish of the sea, and over the fowls of the air, and over the cattle of the sea. You see, the word dominion is pointing at something. And over all the earth, and over every creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth. Now, from the above scripture, it's so clear that God didn't create man to be a servant or a God. You know, people say, I'm a servant of God. I'm a nothing, I'm a that. God never created man to be a servant or a God, like the angels. But God created man to govern the affairs of the earth. How true is this? I would like us to prove this from Surah 2, verse 38. This reality was confirmed. And remember, as your Lord said to the angel, surely I am making in the earth a successor. God never said, I'm making in the earth a slave. So if somebody is telling you, you are a slave of God, no. God was making a successor. A successor. If a king is leaving a throne and somebody else is replacing him, that person is not a slave. That person is subject to him, but is not a slave to the old king. He's just honoring the old king, not a slave. He may be acting under some instructions the former king is giving him, but he's not a subject or is not a servant of the old king. Now the word successor comes from the Arabic word khalifa, which means a ruler. So if God said, let us create man in our own image that they should rule, that means the first reason why God created man was for him to rule. So if God created man to exercise dominion over the affairs of the earth, then there are some things that we've not discovered. Listen, Baba, if we cannot exercise dominion over the sphere of influence where we live, then we've not really discovered something. There is something we must discover. Join me for the next episode as I expose you to another reason why God created man.